Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. So, just like when Valentine's Day is on a Friday, we sometimes celebrate it on Saturday, we're going to do part 2 today because I realized on Valentine's Day morning that I forgot to actually tell you all what I am personally doing to combat NAV erosion. So, I think most NAV erosion, which is basically just whenever the price drops, it's just a price fluctuation and nothing really to be too concerned about. And the ones that are really there to be concerned about is the return of capital and the NAV appreciation. And the reason for that is if they are giving us more money back than what the fund has earned, it's not going to be sustainable. And so you don't want to put your money in something that is not going to be sustainable because there's better options on the market right now. So the other one is NAV appreciation. So normally when people say like hedge your bet, they mean things like invest in bonds or TLT or put in stop orders. But for high income ETFs, you get paid even if the price of the stock goes down. So instead of hedging the down, because whenever it goes down, I'm buying more because I want each share to work as hard as it can to get me even more money. So, I think I've shown this in the past, but I've lost the spreadsheets for now. But like when I first bought into Msty, I think it was $30 or more. It was probably closer to $35. And now my cost basis is $26. So, and I do believe that Msty will move with the underlying. So even if it's like a lot lower than my cost basis, I'm still buying into it because I know that it can go to $35 or $40. So to me, I'd rather just buy the stock cheaper. But what you can do, and I'm not recommending leverage, it's dangerous. It's something that you have to research on your own and get your own conviction. But there has been a lot of studies on the S&P 500 and what is the optimal amount of leverage that, it mitigates the downside, but also optimizes the upside. And the conclusion's been about 1.6 times leverage is the ideal for the S&P 500. So if XDTE is like a 0.9x, so it's not, if the S&P 500 is 1, XDTE would be 0.9, and UPRO would be 3x, which to achieve 1.6x, you would basically have 1/3 UPRO, 2/3 XDTE, which is why when you look at my silos, I have more than one ticker in each silo. It's to help me with the NAV erosion concern of the ceiling of how much can my assets appreciate. So that's why like SPMO is kind of like a 1.01 leverage. It's not leveraged, but it does only have stocks that show good momentum. And how that works is in the bull run, it's going to do slightly better than VU, but in a bear market, it has the potential to underperform. And then SSO is 2x and UPRO is 3x. So if I just own less of everything and I just own XDTE to the amount that I need in order to have the income that I want, then that will get me close to the amount of leverage that I want in order to have both the most income and the most price appreciation. If you don't want to do leverage, one thing you can do is just when you get your distribution, don't drip, manually reinvest, but just take a portion and invest in the underlying. So in this instance, you could put 1/3 towards VU and 2/3 through XDTE, and it's that way you can continue to have more income. But if we're having an extremely good day in the market, you can get that price appreciation even after XDTE has hit the ceiling of how much it could appreciate. And you could always take money out of VU if it's doing really, really good and put more in XDTE so that you have more income. So just put it out there that doing options on your cover call ETF is not the only way to combat NAV erosion. It's probably not even a recommended way of doing that. This is probably just one more way to think about it. And also, I might rethink my silos and actually just simplify it to just something like UPRO and XDTE, because having 2 funds to manage is easier than having this many funds to manage. So look out for that. Most of these, like QQQA and QQQP, are actually the trader quarterly and monthly leverage, and I'm mostly just curious about that because that's just a new technique that hasn't been tried before. So I probably need to stop experimenting with my portfolio and simplify it a little bit. But there is a method to why I'm trying to do the silo like this. So in case you're wondering, I will put a link to the paper and you can read through it. And there's actually calculators to help you figure out your optimized leverage. But for me, 1.6 is easy enough to remember, and that's just how I feel and how I'm thinking. So I'd like to thank everybody who's been supporting me through YouTube and also through YieldMate. My parents came into town for Valentine's Day and they're going to stay for the weekend. And after dinner, we were actually watching The Gorge, and my parents didn't know what it was about. They didn't tell me what it was about, but it is a romantic zombie movie. And at the end, I made a comment because I was actually multitasking during the movie to update some of the tickers for YieldMate, and I was like, oh, I'm never going to get over this data entry. And my mom was curious, so I showed her YieldMate, and her question was, how do you get paid from this? Like, is it subscription? And I was like, no, like, people just buy me a coffee. And she was wondering how that was going, and you all are amazing. And my mom was super impressed, which in turn made my dad super impressed. And no, they still don't know I have a YouTube channel, but they are really supportive of, me. How I explained it was, I'm giving other people information that makes it convenient for them to make more money. They're making more money, and therefore they're willing to, thank me with money, which is nice. So I'm hearing you all about the return on investment and the average yields. I'll get you, probably not this weekend because my parents are here, but we'll continue working on making YieldMate even better. So, Today's music was Msty Love Remix, which is a funk song, and it's a cover of Too Much Love for Misty, but I just really liked both versions, so you're going to get that. And then Do Your Diligence is an Afrobeat song about doing your due diligence before you invest. And then YieldMax Love, which is actually just like, it's a pop ballad about how YieldMax is actually pretty bad for me, but I love you anyway. And it could have been I'm still an ulti simp, but it doesn't say ulti at all. So we got that going for us, which is nice. So what do you all think? How do you go about mitigating your NAV erosion, or have you just accepted your fate? And high income ETFs, like, is basically I just bought this piece of real estate, and whether, it appreciates in value or not, I don't care because I'm getting income from it. So I will talk to you later. Bye.